Hello, Idaho watch enthusiasts. Today I'm coming to you with a state of the collection of sorts. This isn't my whole collection, but what I'm going to bring you is my most sentimental pieces. So these are the things that have memories attached to them, things that I could never let go. I've been thinking of how to convey what watches have meant to me and why I'm so passionate about this stuff. And one of the best ways that I think I can do that, instead of talking about where history and engineering and fashion and art all meet in one place and that's a watch, right? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you watches I've worn through moments in my life that have been important or that are tied to someone important in my life. So, without any more rambling on, let's switch perspectives and I'm going to show you those watches. Wristwatch check. Today we're wearing the Hamilton Khaki King. This is the cream dial, has the Powermatic 80 movement, so 80 hours of power reserve. I love the day and the date. I absolutely love that it is so thin. I love the brushing on the stainless steel around the case and then the polished dial, though mine's a little beat up. But you can see how much I wear it. Absolutely adore it. And I didn't come on this strap. I found this strap. I don't have a lot of info on it, but I thought it matched pretty well. All right, these are my sentimental pieces in the collection. So these are the watches that have meant the most to me, are absolutely irreplaceable, and I will be hanging on to forever, quite frankly. I'm not gonna go through all of my collection today, just the ones that are truly sentimental, and I'll really talk about what they mean to me and how they fit on my wrist, because I have a 6.5-inch wrist, so little girl wrists, honestly, they're teeny. So I had to be very conscious of that when I'm buying watches. But let's start with something that's always my Timex Weekender. I've put it on this aftermarket kind of Bond NATO strap. Thought it played off the gold really well. I will never part with this watch because this is something I inherited from my grandpa. So my grandpa passed this on to me. I've had to replace the battery. I put it on a new strap. I had to clean it up a lot. But every little cut, I'll try to get nice and close to the camera, because every little cut and scrape and scratch on that crystal and on the case is from him. He wore it woodworking and building furniture and painting and doing all the awesome things he did. He wore this. And so I've just become just so proud to have it on my wrist. Here's a glimpse of how that looks and how it wears. So overhead shot. It's a very slim, very easy to wear, very slender watch. I don't wear it a lot, but I do wear it. I've worn it running, I've worn it biking, and I like to wear it when I'm being active because that's what he did. He wore it and he beat it up. Let's move down the line, kind of get into some family watches. This is the 2002 Tissot PRS200. Sapphire crystal, screw down crown, 200 meters of water resistance, diver's extension in the clasp. And I bought this, I don't even think I paid $100 for it. I bought it at a heavy discount because I bought it broken. And that's kind of the charm of this watch. It's around 2002 it came out. My brother also bought a 2002 PRS200 with the black dial and the white indices, and he bought it broken. And we both worked with watchmakers and sourced parts and replaced the crowns, and we had to undo all the damage that the world had done to them. And we both have working Tissot PRS200s now. And so that's kind of the joke, is we bought these broken, fixed them at different times, and now we each have our version of the same watch. I love that brushing versus the polishing on the side of the case. I love the rotating bezel. I love the chronograph, and I use this through work. I used to work in jewelry, and so I use this reaching into watch cases and banging around shelves of jewelry and doing inventories. And this was my one watch to wear for everything because it's durable and it's sporty, and I could kind of dress it up. I feel like it's not crazy to put this up with a suit, and I wore it for everything. I timed lunches, I timed cleanings for jewelry, and I used to rhodium plate rings, and I'd use this for all that stuff. I just adore it. I'll get that chronograph started for you. So I wear it a lot less nowadays, but it always finds its way on the wrist, especially in the summertime. It does have a split-second chronograph, so I can pause it and pick back up, then stop and reset. But yeah, absolutely love that watch. My brother's got a matching one, so that's a keeper. Let's move up into the timeline where I got married. This is my wedding watch. Some girl was crazy enough to marry me. This is what I wore while that happened. So we were up. I wore this up at the altar. I wore this the weekend after we were married. Absolutely love that guilloche dial. This is my Mido Baroncelli 2, that sub-second dial. It's an ETA 2824 movement, so just show that here. It's an unmodified 2824. The rotor's got some decoration. Other than that, it's pretty bare bones, but that's okay. It's reliable. It's a workhorse movement. I really have been happy with that. A beautiful, beautiful dial. It's really the star of the show here. So, wedding watch, not much to say about that except how well it wears on my wrist. Fits me like a glove. Really does. So that one's staying in the collection for sure. And then, of course, we have the honeymoon watch. So this is the honeymoon watch. We were on our honeymoon in the Virgin Islands, and I found this at a shop. I'm not like a huge fan of Tag Heuer. I have my pros and cons with them as a brand. But shoot, I tried this on, and I couldn't believe it. This is the Tag Heuer Formula 1 caliber 6. Really like this watch. I couldn't believe it. Even though it's not something I'd normally go for, I was mesmerized by the way that the bezel catches the light and kind of refracts it. I really thought that was pretty great. And bopping around the beaches, I wore this with the screw down crown, sapphire crystal, absolutely outstanding lume. It's a very durable watch. I've been really happy with it. I do tend to take off the bracelets and the straps and do some, replacing them and kind of make it my own. This is not one I've found a really good strap option for. Still doing some digging. And the bracelet's a bit of a letdown. It's pretty well finished. It's polished, and each link has a really good articulation to it. But they are pins. It is a press clasp. It does have a diver's extension, which is kind of fun. But I think that will be something I replace someday, going into maybe a nice leather strap, because it doesn't see a lot of action or water. I really wear it just around town, but I really loved it. It's an ETA 2892 movement, so it's a little bit more refined. And when you set it and you wind it and you manipulate the watch, it does feel much more refined than like my Mido, something with a 2824. So I really like that. I love the white around the sub dial. I thought that was great. And the lume is outstanding. It really is. I can read it all night. Even if I didn't wear it that day, I can read it all night. So I love that. So that's my honeymoon watch. That's all I got for you today. Thank you very much. And this is your reminder to wear your watches. Thanks for watching.